Wow, so yeah, this is mad. So we've got part of the stadium where it's registered is in one country and the entirety of the pitch is in another country. This is just insane. This is my kind of story. Hello and welcome to another video. Yes, today I am going to be visiting a stadium that straddles two countries. What an amazing story. This really is right up my alley. A stadium where part of it is in one country and part of it is in another. It's gonna be mad. I'm gonna take you there, tell you some facts about the team as well. But yeah, just look at this, what a lovely day. I've obviously now started my English video series and yeah, I hope you enjoy, so please do hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. There's so many more clubs coming in the northwest of England, so if you have any suggestions for clubs in and around, yeah, Liverpool, Manchester, Blackpool, I've got plans to go to Wigan, Bolton, Blackburn, Burnley, and loads more. But yeah, today is the turn of Chester. So any Chester fans out there, please leave me some comments below about, yeah, what's happened to your club recently. I'm going to try and cover the story as best I can, whilst also investigating the Deva Stadium, I believe it's called, which is the stadium which straddles two countries, England and Wales. We'll be going down there in a second. I'm going to take you to the border just now, and then we're going to go and investigate the stadium. So yeah, Chester fans, please do leave me any comments below on anything I've missed out. I would love to come back and yeah, chat to someone from the club at some point eventually, and yeah, maybe get inside the stadium as well. I don't know if I'm going to get in yet. One of those stadium lotteries again for the channel. But yes, let's get into it. I'm going to show you around here first, and then we're going to head down to the stadium. Just walking along this road here to try and find the border point between England and Wales, and there is the stadium we're heading to in a minute. The stadium which straddles two countries. How amazing is that? Right, we're going to go there in a sec, but firstly, look at that. Right here, it's cheers. Take a few steps this way, and it's Yaki Da. Welcome to Wales. I'm kind of technically now in Wales. It might just be these little stones here. I guess that's a welcome to England sign over there. But yeah, basically, the Wales and England border runs right along here. And as you can see over there, that is the stadium. I'm pretty sure the border runs like through the river and then like that way, kind of. And as you can see, the stadium is over there, those white buildings there, and the pitch is in Wales, whereas I think the office where like the building is registered, the entire building, is in England. So technically, the stadium over there is in England, despite the majority of it being in Wales. It's a weird one. The football team play in England, and obviously there's been different rules recently with England and Wales, considering, you know, the global situation and stuff. So I wonder how that's affected them. But yeah, absolutely mad to think that Wales is right there. I'm now back in England after taking like a few steps in Wales or whatever. But yeah, the border runs right through there, right through the stadium. The majority of it is in Wales, but a really crucial part of it is in England, which is why I guess it's technically part of England. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'm about to now head down towards the stadium. We're going to get a look at it up close and see if there's anything that's interesting around it as well. And here we are now, look, yes, at Chester FC. I believe, actually, I'm going to get into which part is England, which part is Wales in a minute. I literally think that, like, maybe here is Wales and, like, this part here is England. We will get into it in a little bit more detail in just a second. But, yeah, going to explore the stadium, tell you a little bit more about the club, and then maybe see if we can get in. Yeah, I will just show you in quickly. There are some kids playing on the pitch today. They are playing football in Wales on that pitch, whereas where I'm standing now could be England. No, I think this part is Wales, but I think round the front where I was earlier is England. But yeah, I think there have been three, from what the research I've done, I think there have been three different iterations of Chester. The first was Chester FC, founded in 1885. They changed their name to Chester City around the 1930s. And then this current Chester now, Chester FC, is a Phoenix club, again born out of one of the old Chesters or Chester City rather, who yeah, went into financial troubles. But yeah, that initial team that was born in the 1800s changed their name to Chester City in the 1930s, and they played league football. They were a good side and were, yeah, regulars in the 3rd and 4th tier here in England, even though, yeah, right now I'm kind of technically in Wales, but the club is technically English. It's a tough one. I mean, they do play in the English leagues, however their pitch is in Wales, but the building that they're in is registered to England, so it's a little bit messy. And like, what does that mean for like football this season? Have there been times where they haven't been able to play in their home stadium because it's technically in Wales and like football wasn't allowed there but it was in England? I'm not too sure. Do let me know in the comments below. Again, if I can't get in today, if there's anyone from the club watching, I'll reach out, I'll try and DM you or whatever. Do see if there's a way that we can work together. I'd love to chat to someone from the club and see how it's been throughout, the past year. I've made a lot of videos in stadiums in Scotland, speaking to clubs and stuff like that, so it would be good to get some English / Welsh clubs on the board. Okay, there's no way around that way, but I will just go back round to the front, see if we can ask to go in. But yeah, a little bit more about the club again. So the club that it was before this one, Chester City, they got relegated from the Football League in 2000 into the conference. They got promoted from the conference back into the Football League in 2004, but then went down again in 2009. So despite their kind of years before 2000 being mainly a Football League team, they were up and down, in and out of the Football League itself for a while during the 2000s. But that last relegation into the conference gave them some terrible financial troubles. And yeah, despite their relegation and how much obviously that would damage a club anyway, they were given a 25-point deduction and had the inland revenue on their back. So yeah, eventually in 2010 the club were officially wound up. There were even on-pitch protests from the fans at a game where they were winning. They were already winning the game, but the fans went onto the pitch and the match even got abandoned. If I remember rightly, it was against Eastbourne Borough, and yeah, they were winning, and then fans were protesting, I guess, ownership and that kind of stuff. And eventually those protests came to fruition and a Phoenix club was formed. And that is why we have Chester FC today, still here, thankfully, at their ground, at their rightful home here in Chester. And yeah, a vote was put out to see what the name should be of the new club. And quite poetically, 1,000 people voted. 70% of the vote voted for Chester Football Club, which is the name of the very first Chester from the 1800s to about the 1930s. Remember, 1930s they changed to Chester City, and now they are back just to Chester FC. Liverpool's legendary striker, their top scorer in all-time history, Liverpool's highest ever scorer, Ian Rush, started his footballing career here at Chester as a player, and well, kind of here, I guess. I mean, it would have been at the other club, but this is a Phoenix club now, you know what I mean. He started at Chester, and yeah, it was an impressive performance against Newcastle that put his name on the map, and lots of clubs were circling, and Liverpool came calling. And when they bought him from Chester, they made Ian Rush the highest paid, or the highest transfer fee, I think, for a teenager ever, so at that time anyway. So yeah, that's quite the fact here about Chester, that they received the highest fee for a teenager ever. Proves that they can, you know, produce good footballers. And speaking about the area and good footballers, Michael Owen, he was born here as well. He is a Chester lad. So yeah, amazing to think about the football heritage here in the town or city of Chester. Right, I've just been inside and there was no one there, but I think, like, I saw them kids obviously playing on the pitch earlier. I was going to ask if there was anyone there, if I could look inside, but yeah, I will have to get in contact with the club before I come again. But yeah, if there is anyone from the club watching, like I say, then yeah, let's do something. Let me look inside, and I'd love to chat to someone from the club. But basically, yeah, from what I could work out online, right, I think that stand is part of Wales, whereas this building here, which is where like the office is and where like the actual ground is registered, I suppose, is in England. So the border of England and Wales, I may be like on it like right now. I think this could be it here, and it could like run through here, right? And that office there is in England, whereas the entire pitch and the rest of the stadium is in Wales. That just has to be one of the most unique stadium stories in the world. And like I say, how has that affected the club this season and last season with what's going on? There's been different rules for England and Wales. How does that work for the club? Do let me know in the comments below if you're a Chester fan. Absolutely amazing to think that half of it is in England, half of it is in Wales. I absolutely love stories like this. But yeah, it's they are in the National League North, so one below the conference, or the National League as it's called now. The National League is still going. Elite level sport in England is allowed to run, and the National League is part of that, but the National League North has been cancelled, I believe, since January. I looked online and I think their last fixture was in January. It's now April. Can they get back to training? When can they get back to playing? I'm not sure. When will we see fans back? Obviously, the country is now opening up. Hopefully I can come and watch them play soon. But yeah, I will try and get in contact with the club and get inside as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to hit that like button. And yeah, leave me a comment if you're a Chester fan. I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts. And if there's anything I've missed out, I'd love to cover it next time I come. Please do subscribe as well. We're on the road to 20k subs. Got loads of content coming from England. So yeah, you're not going to want to miss out. I'm going to leave some videos around my head so you can keep watching my content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.